Ato,
Yes, sir.
how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You're doing well. You're doing well. I can tell you are doing really well, Ato. Ato, I know we are here for
And
a different
looking good.
conversation. And yes.
Thank you,
Ato, you've
thank
gained.
you, thank
I must say, Ato, you are eating well.
Thank you.
Ato, what's the magic? What's the secret?
001.
What's 001?
You miss breakfast, you miss lunch, and then you eat
fire the
dinner.
dinner.
Ah!
Oh,
Feast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Ato
001,
Kilson,
okay.
good things are happening in your life, and we are
Yeah.
grateful to God for that.
Thank God, thank God.
Let me say good morning going out. I know someone who's definitely not be watching right now, but his name is Fifi Anaman, and Fifi is a good friend of mine. This one I saw on the Facebook wall, a very touching story of how his life has just transformed. You know, having to relocate and new experiences for him, all from a simple email and a book that he wrote. And talking books, I know that's one of the key reasons why this morning Ato is also joining here. The power of writing, the power of books. Kojo is also planning on writing his book, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely. I know it's something that you definitely do. You look it that you definitely write a book at a point in time in your life. And I'm looking forward to reading the book. But I'm still hoping that you at least put your exam score in there
Can you
from
just-
Gampa. He
Have you
claims
seen-
he
have
passed
you-
his exams.
Have you seen the TikTok
Yes.
that says that? Can you please let me think?
Not yet.
I need my privacy, please.
Not yet. Not yet.
That's
not
Kojo
yet.
Trip crying out
So
to you.
the whole
It's
story,
enough.
or the whole story is that Kojo
Yeah.
Trip claims that he wrote an exam at Gampa and passed.
Claims.
And so that's the one. Just
No,
which we don't-
I understand Kujutre because I've been in a similar situation myself. Last year I was working with someone and he didn't believe I was in school
So what did you do?
until I graduated. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
there was evidence.
Yes, it was
Good. Kojo should just simply show me evidence of the exam and the score.
Yeah.
He's failed to do that for the past like 4 months.
Everyone
And-
in this room
I'm-
except Ato Kilson has seen my results.
Oh, for real?
I haven't seen it.
And except J4.
Except J4. Oh, okay,
I
okay,
was making that response to your claim that I claim to have passed my exam.
Your brother says that
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see you at the event. Your friends say that you were at the event.
Yeah.
Your brother says that, okay, show me proof that you were at the event. He said, once my friends have said it, then it's okay. Wait, you see, that's why I'm beginning to
understand
that. But
the
it's fine. I mean, we'll keep at this all year round, but I'll still make sure that I get that results. But guys, I mean, the house is all, I know, in fact, Ghana is on the lips of many media houses and many people right now. It's about, Shatawale, Iyoko, and many concerns have been raised. People are talking. I mean, I've seen the association of, I think, I can't remember the exact, but like for those who trade in cars, and that's an association that they work
Car
with
dealers.
car dealers. Yeah, they have an association, and I've seen they've also voiced out a few concerns about DVLA and customs having to do checks on importation of vehicles. But DVLA has also responded saying that they don't do that or something like that. I mean, something funny around that. But a lot of concerns are coming up just from the invitation that Shatta was granted to Iyoko and the investigations regarding the purchase of the Lamborghini and other things that were stated in the reasons why they called him in. But we'll be discussing that shortly. But let me just focus on one key reason why Ato is here with us this morning. Afterwards, and I can tap into your knowledge as well as a media, contributor, and then we can discuss that on the side. Cyril is he the E in Iyoko. But his Yoko is K. You don't see. Yeah. Yoko. He's a board chair of Yoko. Would not see his K.
Economic and organized killers.
That's crazy. Ato, so tell me all about this chapter of your life and this book. Just give us a detailed understanding of what this is all about.
Yeah, I think for me this is like my way of giving back to the industry, and also contributing to like the knowledge and literature that we have available for people to take a look at. But my book, it's actually an ebook.
An ebook, okay.
Yeah, an ebook. It's called From Overlooked to Unstoppable. It's just a guide that I have put together based on my experiences in the industry. As funny as it sounds, I've actually spent a decade in the
piecing
industry.
this together.
Yeah,
wow.
and it's just like a culmination of everything I've done from when I first came in, the mistakes I made, the lessons I've learned, and some stuff that has proved very beneficial to me. And as I said, I've actually been putting this together. I've been documenting every part of my journey, and before I decided to bring this out, I wanted to test it. So at the beginning of the year, I started working with an artist called Supergator, and he's been at it for a while now. And when we first spoke, we actually met in December of last year. And when we first spoke, I took a look at his DSP account, and one thing that struck me was he had like a lot of music, very good music. He had features with the likes of Black Bones, Oxlade, and so on. But he had monthly listeners that were less than 1,500, and to me that was a bit surprising. So I was like, okay, you know what? I have this. Let's test it out and see how it plays out. And within the course of 6 months, we were able to get a distribution deal. They gave him a marketing advance. He got a feature with Kim Paluta, shot a music video for it, released it. The video is almost doing 500,000 views on YouTube. He actually also has over 105,000 monthly listeners on Spotify now.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, and so it's just very practical information that I just want to, put out there.
And you didn't take me as the test subject in this to
Yeah,
transform
so-
my life. And this is actually very insightful. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay, not to throw all the spotlight on the artist, but what are some of these practicalities that you put in place that can be, gotten from this book, that you've written? Some, just not so that people can go and read it, go and check it out for
Okay,
yourself.
so for me, my favorite is on how to pick a team. Like the team, I've always spoken about this. As an artist, your team is the most important thing, because now we are at a stage where talent alone doesn't cut it. There are a lot of people who come into the picture to make things work for you as an artist. So being able to pick the right team, being able to pick the right manager, for me, I always get offers from people wanting me to manage them, and I always turn it down, because the very first thing you need to look at is that connectivity, that connection between you, the manager, and the artist.
Could you haven't considered me managing you?
I thought you said you were off that now. Or you want to
I'm just saying
reconsider?
that he should consider me.
Could you have
Or he should consider you, not you consider
No,
him.
no.
But even if he considers you and you are done with management of artists, how would you handle that?
No, I won't take the offer in the first place.
Oh, so
I'm
just want him
just
to
saying,
consider. So
just
you reject
consider-
him.
Yes.
You
The
want to reject
consideration,
him.
then I
Ah,
reject
okay,
it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's key that finding that connection.
So finding that connection, your manager needs to be like in fact, the people around you need to be the people who believe in you the most.
Can I ask which people? And I'm
So-
very certain that these are what roles do you need in the team? And I'm sure I get all this from the book.
Yeah. So from the jump, you need a business manager, because a business manager is the one who is going to be able to move your music, which is the product,
Yeah.
to the people, and make it something that is.
So what is the mistake that people always make, artists especially make?
I mean,
in their first person they need.
Yeah, so normally they look for predatory people who are looking to just make profits off them, and not people who actually prioritize their thoughts and so on. Because if you have someone who is just interested in making money off you, they wouldn't have your best interest at heart. Yeah, so looking for someone who actually believes in you as an artist, believes in you as a talent, and is looking to get the best for you, bring the best deals, bring the best opportunities to you. That's very, very key.
But
And then
also because you mentioned that they get predatory people, right? There are a lot of people who start and then it's just boys, and these people is just faith, hope, and inshallah that the music will hit and they'll be able to make some money from it. We've seen that a lot of people even hang out or work with these artists when they've not even made anything at all for years and years and years. So because you mentioned predatory, I just want to know, at which point in your experience do these predatory people come aboard? Because also we can use Sarkodie as a typical example. The people that he started with, he's been with for a long time, you know, the Angels, the Black Nanas, and all of those people. And these were people who also believed in him when he had nothing.
Yeah, so I was about to come to that. The key is upscaling. Like, you can have your boys, you know, come together, help you with that's how I started.
We need to give up everything in the book, though, please.
Yeah.
We have to go and read it.
Yeah.
I started as a sound engineer.
Oh.
Yeah, and I started working with Dope Nation. I worked with Dope Nation from 2015 to 2021. And during that time, that was where I leaned into my executive side, trying to learn how to, you know, put together news releases, send them to editors, how to look for shows, how to bring in money. At the time, we had a studio, and the studio was our only source of income. So I always had to think of how to get people to come in to record. So you can have your boys be behind you, but the key thing is they need to upskill. They need to make up for the knowledge and the skills that they lack, because this is a very it's a very situation specific industry. There are certain things you can't bypass. If you don't know it, you just, you know, be running around in circles. So the key thing is upscaling.
How long, you said, did it take you to piece this together?
It took me about 2 years. Yeah, when I first started Fourth Avenue in 2023, I actually have an extended version of this book, which was purely PR and marketing, how to conduct music PR. It started with an article I was working on, and it just turned into the book. So I just redacted it into this too.
Where do people find
Amazon?
Amazon.
It's on Amazon. You just look up. I have an author profile, Ato Kilson. You just look it up, or you can just look up the title of the book. It's now going for 40% off. So for $30, you just get this everlasting information, everlasting knowledge.
I want to know why we're in a very digital and fast-paced
that's my next question.
Where a lot of people who are thought leaders or present an intellectual angle to the media landscape choose public speaking or label or employment, or even become speakers, where, you know, you are on somebody's bill, maybe Sony, whatever, going around and activating for these. Why did you choose a literary path to this?
For me, first of all, I'm a nerd. Yeah, I'm a nerd.
Really?
Yeah, I like reading. I like reading a lot, and
why do you have to rap for all the nerds?
so I mean, if you do something, you have to do it from your perspective.
Heart,
yeah, because if I can't do it from my perspective, it will be very difficult for me to bring it across. So most of the knowledge I've gained has been through reading. And I feel like reading is fast becoming a lost art and a lost hobby.
I'm asking because the people who need this information the most.
Sorry, what's the name of the artist again you mentioned?
Supergator.
Supergator.
Yeah,
okay.
Supergator.
Okay.
The people who need this information the most, ironically, are usually the ones who don't like imbibing information or education in any form, especially in reading.
Yeah.
You know, I think they said the podcast industry was so successful because a lot of people wanted information, but they just didn't want to read. So you have people talking, and then boom, there's 1 million views. Did you think that these people, the target audience, and I'm using these people loosely, our people, are going to activate a book from your experience?
Yeah. I mean, I also have a podcast where I also share like similar information. I remember I did a case study on Reme's release pattern, and I had someone from Universal reach out to me. So if you go through my Twitter, you'd see that I was one of the first people to talk about Reme's deal with Universal. So like, I have various forms of content that people can, you know, consume. But I feel like it being in a book form is something that can be with you for a while. And also, if you are too lazy to check out the book and read it,
You don't
then it
deserve
means
the
it's not for
success.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this really should target music executives,
Yeah,
as well. They may have the time, and since it's to be directed at how they can also help, these overlooked, if I can say, to
Yeah.
become, very profitable. And I think it's a worthy cause. It might not, like Cyril was saying, it might not, knowing our people, they might not find, be too eager to go check it out. But if you really mean to do business, and that's one thing that time and time again, a lot of experts like you have been preaching, that we don't take it as a business. A lot of the artists is just inshallah and vibes. Yeah, it's like popcorn.
The fact that we've
Let's make
institutionalized
some
that phrase.
Do you know the funny thing? Supergator put out a song yesterday, and it's called Inshallah and Vibes.
Really?
Yeah,
Prophet Foley.
Yeah.
I'm the treasurer at the church. So
Oh,
it's an issue.
okay. I'll bring the correction.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like that. Inshallah and vibes.
Yeah.
And you've seen this phenomenal growth in Supergator. Maybe not hitting that commercial, popular brand that people might know him. But to you, how important is this when you have to balance popularity and what the numbers are on the DSPs?
So that's actually one of the things I talk about in the book: how to be profitable without being famous.
Ooh.
That's the most important thing, because you find out that for most creatives, they need to get a side hustle just to be able to survive and also put back into the music.
Yeah.
Because if you are not making any money from your music, how would you be able to reinvest in marketing and pushing and branding yourself as an artist?
Inshallah and vibes.
Yeah. So one of the key things is to be able to have a steady career, steady growth, where you can make money from time to time, which you can put back into the music, because the idea is for you to be able to put back the money you are making from the music, and not go and stress yourself to get money from anywhere.
Because you've
Okay, I just wanted to ask a practical question.
Yeah.
So I get the fact that there's information in the book that would sort of be a guide or a roadmap to get into that point where you can you can sustain yourself from your music. But looking at the nature of our creative economy, how viable do you think that this information is, especially for someone who is coming out and probably doesn't have the funds that would sustain him while he's planning to embark on his or her career?
So I've made all those things simple. I have certain templates that I personally use to help the clients I have at Fourth Avenue. And so those are like email templates, templates that can help you to put together your EPK and all that. So if you can't afford to pay someone to do that for you, you can just go use the templates and be able to do that. I also have like a release plan template, which can help you to plan your releases. And there are so many things in there that would help to make life simple for you. So even if you have, as J. Foley was saying, someone like a boys kind of person with you, he can just look on the template and just replicate whatever is going on,
So
and just make it.
We're trying to find how do you spell the Supergator?
SUPAGAETA.
Okay.
So SUPAGAETA.
Okay. Yeah, I want us to drop that video.
Ato, how long are you willing to make this with 40% off or for free? Because this is more like a master class in a book, and it's a lot of knowledge that shouldn't be going for free.
You want to apply
So
as head of finance?
I'm
Maybe
planning
collect the
on
money and spend it.
I'm planning on putting together an online webinar, like a master class. Maybe in the middle of September. So after that, I think it will come back to the original price.
Okay.
I also have like other books in the pipeline. Like 2 days ago, someone sent me a DM on Twitter, and it made me realize that now that I am on this path, I can't really go back. I need to keep I need to keep the books coming. So I'll make sure I get more stuff out there.
Beyond the musicians, are you also looking at spreading out to other creatives as well?
I mean, I'm known for being across board. I mean, I work in fashion, I work in arts, I do events. I even have an event coming up in October. Yeah, with Lisbon Fashion Week.
Okay.
Yeah, so like
Oh, nice.
I double and double. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's good. Congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I like this initiative. We are fully behind you. I just wish that we could just buy the book and then every day just take out a line and put it out there. Put it out there for people too. Because I mean, it's worth it. It's just that we know our people don't like reading, but it is so worth it, you know. And coming out, we know when our national does this, a Ghanaian does, unless you're not Ghanaian, but once a Ghanaian does this, we'll have to rally behind it and support. The same support that yesterday we gave to Shatawale, the same support we need to give to things like this as well, you know, just to shape up our industry. Yeah, Cyril.
Where do you keep the money?
I mean, since you've made me know that you are now a treasurer, I think I need to bring you
Bring
in.
you on
You are a
board.
sharp guy.
I
You
need
know
to-
you are a sharp guy.
I need to add you to the ministry.
Boss, we are so sharp.
I'm
And
the
I like
finance
that.
minister.
I beg you.
Finance
I beg you.
Oh, it looks like it's the same role.
It's the
So-
same. I beg
No,
you.
no, treasurer
First
is-
come, first serve.
Minister
maybe
is
maybe we'll
treasurer
make you head of inventory. Yeah, so that
You
can
keep
track.
stock of the things the treasury
Okay,
buys.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, so now let's just quickly tap into, you know, what your view on all that happened yesterday, you know, and Charles Nyamesa being invited,
Yeah.
the love on the streets, regardless whether they understood why he had been invited or not, you know, the reaction from the fans and everything. What is your take on this?
I mean, with respect to the specifics of the case and the legal, you know, innuendos and all that, I'm not really familiar with that. But one thing that it's kind of made me realize was, I think we would have to have a very uncomfortable conversation about who the biggest entertainer in Ghana is. Yeah,
So has already sparked.
yeah.
He said, with all respect to the legal, but your
we-
statements alone is too big. It's bigger than the legal bid, man.
we need to have that, because I mean, he even has like he has everything in his favor to back that argument in terms of the streams. He's like one of the most streamed artists here in Ghana.
Wow.
And he's
He-
the one who started charging exorbitantly,
exorbitant
and everybody
fees,
followed
you know,
suit.
and
yeah.
and I remember in 2015, I used to live in Caprice, right? And Caprice was like before Newtown, and during that period, Shatta used to live in Newtown. Before then, he used to live in Newtown, but the story making the rounds then was that he was in Jamaica and he was learning how to, you know, speak patois and be a dancehall artist and all that. And I remember in the house we were living in, there was a guy who used to be his DJ, so he used to tell us the stories of, and it made you see how smart of a person he is, aside being an artist. Like he knows how to, you know, manipulate the system and get conversations
People don't
going
know that he
about
was a
him.
radio presenter at a point in time.
In terms of
He was.
Yeah, on XFM.
yeah.
He was a radio
Really?
presenter.
I don't remember that.
Charles
time.
Nyamesa. Or yeah, I'm sure he was even a world at a point.
Really? Wow. That's
Chaso!
So for me, like if you are looking at the criteria to mark who the biggest entertainer is, I think Shatawale makes a very serious case for himself. I mean, even looking at
including
controversies,
comedy, eh?
including comedy.
Yeah.
Looking at, I think personally for me, when it comes to artists who are like very funny naturally, I'll pick Shatawale and EL.
Joey B.
Yeah, and Joey B.
We
Because
don't do that to Papi Kojo.
you know, and Papi, yeah, COVID Papi was peak.
As a full stand-up
Yeah,
comedian.
there was also a time where EL was making skits.
Yeah.
He used to make like comedy skits and all that. So for Shatawale, me personally, I'll crown him the biggest entertainer.
And
from
the
Ghana.
the numbers that pulled up yesterday,
Yeah,
you
crazy.
know, I'm told from the videos that we saw, it was
Crazy.
crazy. If not for the fact that there was so much work that had to be done, you know, I intended to just take a drive by the place as well.
Yeah.
But the numbers were overwhelming. And he, in his reaction and his video after he was released, do you sense any calmness? You know, and he then thanked Raymond Archer again. You know, so what would you make of that as well? You know,
I think for that one, I'll put this call out there. If you are a behavioral expert, I need you to analyze that video, because there were a lot of things going on in that video. He was making certain gestures with his hands when he had to mention names of certain people or talk about certain things. And even for me as a layman, I was able to, read into the situation, which could give you an idea of what really went on there. So that video was very telling. It was very telling. You can see that, like, this is a very serious issue.
I don't know if you saw the advice from Showboy, our brother Showboy, as well, urging, even though I'm sure he didn't get to Shatter at that time because it was when he had been invited to Yoko, but urging that if it's the FBI, don't, just relax, chill, do what you have to do, say what you have to say.
Showboy is a thought leader in that field. That's expert opinion. So, yeah.
Well, we'll be talking to Sammy Flex. We'll try and reach him later on within the show. We'll just keep you updated, and we can get more insights into. But Ato, congratulations! We are going to adopt this book. I will personally purchase one as well, and we'll take bits of it, and then use that as a guide to guide some of the artists that come in here. That has also opened conversations around, looking at some of these industry mixes and stuff like that too. And we always keep talking about that we don't have structures, but this is a structure. This is a structure. It also adds on to the structure that we are looking at building. So encouraging all the artists and creators out there that this is something that is worth it. A step-by-step guide to building your music career without industry connections. That's a very bold, strong statement there, I must say. Big budgets or burn out, from overlooked to unstoppable. Who's the guy in the
Oh, this is a guy I found on the internet. Yeah.
What about
it's a very nice
copyright and
you already sorted that out. Yeah,
I trust. Anyway, let's drop this one. Ato, thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.